Hi, you're watching Firstpost, and of course, this is the special T20 Summer Storm coverage. I'm Rupha Ramani. Now, Super Bowl 2017. Patriots are 25 points down to Atlanta Falcons, and just 17 minutes is left in the game. It's almost over. Tom Brady somehow rallies the Patriots to a historic come-from-behind triumph. Liverpool staring down the barrel, 0-3 down at halftime in the 2005 Champions League final against AC Milan. Impossible to win, but yet they did it. Andre Agassi down 2 sets in the 1999 French Open final, but somehow finds the resolve to come from behind and win the next 3 and his lone French Open title. And with that, he becomes only the second man in the history of the sport to win a career slam, winning all 4 Grand Slams. Comebacks in sport are special. They show the unbelievable resolve within an individual or a team to do what many think is impossible. It's a moment that binds the miracle maker with the fans who witnessed something very, very special. And cricket fans saw that this weekend when Bengaluru did the unthinkable. Beat Chennai to qualify for the playoffs at the IPL, the Indian Premier League. But it was not just that match. It was the culmination of 3 weeks from being bottom of the points table with 6 consecutive losses to going through to the playoffs with a chance now at an elusive title that's evaded them for years now. It's the comeback story that many will talk about. RCB won 5 matches on the trot. That was unbelievable. But circumstances leading to May 18th stated that a win by 18 runs over a side that is known to win crunch matches, Chennai, would have made any side very nervous. Beating Chennai in any ground is difficult. They have a yellow army that travels everywhere just to see their very talismanic leader, MS Dhoni. It's a near impossible equation. And with rain coming in and the ball suddenly gripping, batting first was proving to be a big, daunting task. Now, I won't go into the details of the match too much. We saw all of it, and I'm sure we relived much of it on Sunday too. Virat and Faf du Plessis' partnership, some late order assault, great bowling in spurts by RCB to defend that total, the Faf du Plessis stunning catch that sort of was the turning point in many ways, and that last over by under fire Yash Dayal, whose memory of last overs has been rather despondent, and he turned all that around. Bengaluru were ecstatic. The most stirring message came out from the RCB dressing room after the match. The man who delivered an emotional, witty, absolutely brilliant speech has been part of the Indian team for a while. He's nearing 40 himself, has taken up commentary gig and is still letting his bat do all the talking like he did here this season for Bengaluru. He's often joked that he was born in the wrong time, as being a wicketkeeper in the same era as MS Dhoni was a waste. Dinesh Karthik summed up the RCB belligerence and never giving up spirit very beautifully in the dressing room later.
We should be really proud of this journey we are having. The way we have come back after 8 games, we needed to win 6. People will remember this team. Every year in this tournament, when you hit the 7-game mark, there will be 1 or 2 teams which would have probably won 1 or 2, and they will look to us and say, RCB did it. That was special. We are going to try and repeat what RCB did. We have it within our grasp to do something that people will remember for many decades. It will be a journey where people will say, wow, that RCB team was special.
RCB's former captain, Virat Kohli, famously said during one of his talks in the dressing room, even if there is a 1% chance of winning, it's a chance and it can happen. RCB has forever lived on these moments, the near misses, there but not really quite. Auction table blunders, expensive buys not really coming good, underpower bowling. They have the loudest fan base, and yet it's been a side that's almost there but not quite. They've never won the league. They've made it to 3 finals and lost all 3 in 2009, in 2011 and 2016. But all the 3 years, they had an unbeaten winning streak heading into that final, like they are in the middle of this very season. Dinesh Karthik says this is something special, that if they go on to do the unthinkable, they will be remembered for the biggest turnaround the sport has seen. That's what people yearn for, to be remembered for something absolutely incredible. Like he said, even after that 6 that MS Dhoni hit, it went outside the stadium and somehow that turned the tide. Something no team has ever done. Chennai has been the torchbearer of that thought ever since Dhoni took charge in 2008, the team that will always find a way to win, but not on Saturday night. Karthik also says that was the biggest turn of luck that I just mentioned. Bengaluru got a new ball after Dhoni hit that shot outside the stadium, which was not damp, unlike the one earlier that he managed to dispatch. And that, coupled with Yash Dayal's calm mind, did the trick. Sometimes that little bit of luck, of course, favouring the brave is essential. Bengaluru kept celebrating right after the last ball, and understandably so. This team was not supposed to be there in the top four. They weren't supposed to get this far. The equations didn't really add up. The broadcast cameras didn't show it, but someone managed to pick up the Chennai team with MSD in the front, waiting for the Bengaluru boys to finish rejoicing and come for handshakes. And a visibly impatient MS Dhoni waited for just about 30 seconds, maybe a little more, and then decided he'd rather head back in. This could take a while. The players came over soon enough, and there were handshakes all around, of course, not with MS Dhoni. Seems shocking for anyone who's only watched Dhoni bat and lead the side and come to press conferences, but MS Dhoni also doesn't like to lose. Maybe this was his last year. Maybe this was the last shot at glory, the glory that he's used to. Maybe this loss is another reminder that he cannot possibly do it all every single time and again. He can't control everything that he possibly could when he was completely in charge, when he was captain MS Dhoni. Was it unsportsmanlike to not shake hands? Or was Bengaluru celebrating a bit too much after reaching just the playoff, which wasn't the final? Which one is it? Or is it both? The end of the match calls for all players to come shake hands, offer commiserations and congratulations. The spirit of the game also calls for not being raucous and loud, in your face in the wind. Virat Kohli's aggression, though, knows no bounds, whether it is towards the opposition, the umpires, even the fans. And yes, this match probably saw the best of that too. The point, though, we've seen Virat Kohli behave like this in the past. He plays hard and he celebrates much harder. We've seen this in the past time and again. His behavior, or that of his teams, was not out of character. They won a game and they celebrated like none other. And to be a tad fair, it was an epic win for this side. But did MS Dhoni behave out of character? There was also some visuals that came through the very hard-working social media trigger-happy circles of Virat Kohli going over to the CSK dressing room much after the match. Understandably so again, because maybe all is probably well. But the scenes post the match just revealed how much MS Dhoni hated to miss out this year. And that's the question I'll leave you with. What was the more difficult visual or the more unpleasant visual to digest? Was it MS Dhoni refusing to shake hands after that loss? Or was it the way RCB was celebrating? What is it that you are going to leave this match feeling for?
Firstpost reports from the world's second largest continent. Hello, I'm Alison Lagrange. A very warm welcome from Durban, South Africa. We get you the news and the newsmakers from Africa. South Africa goes to the polls on the 29th of May. I will track the election and bring you ground reports. Is it the end of the road for the African National Congress? And will former President Jacob Zuma stage a dramatic comeback? From elections to climate change to innovations and opportunities. As the world's attention shifts, we report from Africa, the heart of the global south. Join me every weekday live on First Post.